10 years of breathing life into our family home, only for my parents to order me out in 48 hours. Then I uncovered their deceit, and my stand flipped their world. I'm Elise Morrow, 29, a furniture designer who carved a name in Helena, Montana, in our family's aging craftsman house, on the daughter they dismissed. One night, as forks scraped plates and I chuckled over a client's tacky chair request, my father, Roland, slammed his cup down, silencing the room. "Elise, you've got 2 days to pack up," he snapped. "This house goes to your brother now." My knife stilled. My brother, Theo, chasing tech dreams in Seattle, hadn't visited in years. I'd poured $55,000, my entire savings, into saving this home, crafting its oak shelves, replacing its cracked windows. My mother, Faye, fidgeted with her bracelet, avoiding my gaze, while Roland sat back, arms folded. My pulse surged, but I stayed calm, nodded, and left the table, mind racing. They thought I'd slink away. They were wrong. In 48 hours, they'd face a truth they couldn't dodge. Raised in Helena, I grew up eclipsed by Theo, 25, the family's golden boy, math whiz coding prodigy, Stanford bound. Roland, a welder, and Faye, a bookkeeper, flaunted his hackathon wins at every cookout, while my handcrafted furniture designs were brushed off. Elise is doodling tables, Faye would murmur. Roland would grumble, "Learn something useful, like Theo." Family dinners revolved around Theo's latest app, his scholarship offers, while my local craft fair prize got a nod. By 16, I was shunted to the kids' table, my sketches ignored. When I chose furniture design at a trade school, Roland scoffed, "That's no future." Theo's tech internship sparked a family bash. My path was labeled foolish. For years ago, the bank threatened to seize our home over $55,000 in unpaid loans. I was 25, launching my design studio, but I drained my savings to save it. This house where I'd carved my first chair was my root. I rebuilt the porch, crafted oak bookshelves, installed a smart TV for Faye's news shows, and replaced the rusted stove. Every screw I turned, every plank I sanded, was for them. Theo sent occasional emails from Seattle, promising visits that never came. Roland and Faye gushed over his startup potential, ignoring my overtime gigs to fund their home. I overheard Faye on the phone. "Theo's changing the world." I polished shelves I'd built, my work unseen. Last fall, I redid the living room, handmade coffee table, woven curtains. Faye called it nice. Roland muttered, "Fine." But when Theo called, they dissected his latest pitch for hours. I stood in the doorway, sawdust on my hands, their disregard a familiar ache. I'd kept the house standing, but their pride was for Theo, the son who vanished. Now they wanted to gift him the keys. My resolve sharpened. They'd misjudged me, and that was their error. Next morning, I called my friend Mara, a fierce attorney in Helena. "They're giving Theo the house," I said, pacing the kitchen I'd refinished. "I paid for everything." Mara's voice was steady. "Dig into their finances. Something's not right." I rang Cole, a banker I'd met designing his branch's lobby. "Any loans in my name?" I asked. An hour later, Cole called, voice low. "A $55,000 home equity loan, 8 months old, lists you as primary. Your parents and Theo are co-borrowers. The signature's not yours." My chest tightened. Cole's email showed the loan document, my name, Elise Morrow, with a forged signature, too loopy to be mine. They'd exploited my trust to bankroll Theo's failing startup. Now, they wanted me out to hand him the house. I scoured the attic, finding a bank notice confirming the loan, Payments already late. My hands trembled. Betrayal, not just neglect. Mara called. That's identity theft. Get more evidence. I cataloged my contributions. Bookshelves, TV, stove, curtains. By noon, I booked Helena Hollers for same-day pickup. At 3 p.m., they arrived, moving my shelves, TV, and stove to storage. The house felt barren, but I felt empowered, reclaiming what was mine. Theo stormed in that evening, laptop bag slamming down. "What's this?" he shouted, eyeing the empty walls. "This is my house." I held up the loan papers. "You forged my name for $55,000. I took what's mine." His jaw dropped. "You're making this up," he spat, but his eyes flickered with fear. He dialed Roland, yelling. I stood firm. "I'm suing for identity theft. You'll answer to a judge." Theo froze, then bolted, cursing. Next day, Mara filed the lawsuit, identity theft, fraud. Weeks later, in court, the judge voided the loan, cleared my name, and ordered my family to pay damages. The house, tied to their defaulted loan, was auctioned. They moved to a rundown rental, their egos crushed. I blocked their calls, their pleas fading. Now, in my loft by the Missouri River, my shelves and TV rehomed, I designed for a local studio, creating warm spaces. My neighbor, Lila, brings coffee, praising my fight. I sketch a youth craft workshop, a sanctuary for dreamers. I'm not the daughter who fixed their world anymore. I'm Elise, crafting my own, unbound from their chains.